Hello! Welcome to OJ Studios. Please enjoy this week's chapter of what I did during spring break. Chapter 16 Stormy Day. Abby and I stayed in my room until 9 o'clock when the others started to wake up. According to Justin, he woke up because he could hear us giggling. "You are laughing like a bunch of schoolgirls," Justin said, opening the refrigerator and grabbing the milk. Abby and I just looked at each other and started laughing. Steven came out of his room and looked in the hall mirror as he checked his tie and his hair. Abby stopped laughing and looked over at him. "You're going to work?" Abby asked. "Dr. Serigeti gave both you and Justin doctor's excuses for the experiment, but I still have to go to work." "Well, have a good day," Justin said, holding up a Dr. Pepper. "I'll be in my room for most of the day. Or until the power goes out." I looked back over to the living room just as a flash of lightning lit up the window. I could still hear the pounding of rain from outside, and I knew this was going to be a bad storm. "Do we get a babysitter?" Abby asked. "Do you three need one?" Steven answered. Abby's eyes widened a little before smiling as wide as she could. "No, Daddy, I'm sure Justin can take care of Lexi and I." "No, I won't," Justin said, popping his head out of his door. He had a bag of chips in his hands as he chewed half-eaten chips in his mouth. "I think you will be fine," Steven said. "I mean, you three have minds of 20-year-olds, what's the worst that can happen?" A few hours since Steven left for work, I was sitting on the bed with Abby as she laid a bag of makeup and other things on the bed. I surprised both Abby and me when I asked her what it was like to wear makeup. Admittedly, I figured she would just tell me, since I was for sure that she did not have any at our house. I mean, she was not wearing makeup right now, nor was she wearing makeup at any point since she has been a 6-year-old. So, you can imagine my surprise when she left my room and came back with a fully stocked makeup kit. "It's for when I need to refreshen up," she said when she saw the questionable look on my face. She got up on my bed and told me not to move as she rummaged through her stuff. "You're 9. She said, "so you don't need much, just a few things." She pulled out a container of foundation and put a little on a small sponge. She then started to poke my face with the sponge till my face was covered. She then grabbed a bush and dusted it into a container before then sweeping it over my face. "It's just blush," she said. "I'll just put on some lip gloss and then we'll be done," she said, picking up a pink lube of lip gloss. Once she was done, she leaned back and looked at her handiwork. I grabbed the hand mirror she had left out for me on the bed and I looked at my reflection. "You really are beautiful, Lexi," Abby said. I looked in the mirror and was surprised that the girl in the mirror, the one that I had to call me all the time, looked back at me with a smile. "You got to let me do this to you when you return to being Luke." "Not a chance," I said with a giggle. Then, without warning, through the sound of the pouring rain came a sound that made my blood turn cold. My heart stopped as I looked over to Abby, who was looking back at me. Both of our faces showed fear and I was not sure what to do. It was like my fear overrode my mind. I got up from my bed and looked out to the living room just as the lights flickered out, leaving us in a dark living room. Even for it being 1 in the afternoon, the living house was as dark as it had been when it is nighttime. "Don't just stand there, get to the basement!" Justin yelled, leaving his room and running to the door that led to the basement. "That's the tornado siren!" Abby ran to the basement door with me following. I ran down the stairs just as Justin turned on the emergency radio. A battery-powered lantern sat next to the radio, giving off a little bit of light around us. A weatherman's voice came out of the radio and the man gave a brief update about the storm. "Okay, it has been confirmed that there is a tornado reported northeast of Northfield. If you are in the area, take cover immediately. This tornado is tracking straight for Northfield. Location impacted: Northfield University, the town of Ridgefield, Schuyler, Shelbyville, and Wright City. If you are in those impacted areas, take this time to get down to your safe area and ride this storm out. This is an extremely dangerous situation." "What about Steven?" Abby asked in a worried tone. "I got a text from him," Justin said. "He's safe in the restaurant's walk-in freezer. He just says to get to shelter, and he'll call us when the storm calms down." He gestured for Abby to get down on the ground with her hand over her head. I then put my body over her to protect her, and Justin did the same, putting a mattress over all 3 of us. "I don't want to die this young," Abby said, almost in tears. "I don't want to die a girl," I said, as I put my hand on her shoulder to help comfort her. "I don't want to die without breaking my all-time record in Fortnite," Justin said, holding us tighter. I looked up at Justin with a puzzled look on my face. "What? In my last game I was in the top 5 for the first time. I got skills." I rolled my eyes and held onto Abby's little body tighter. Dash! The tornado sirens quieted as the rain started to quiet down. Justin looked up and pulled the mattress off us and looked around. "Is it over?" I asked. The basement stayed quiet and still around us. "I'll go look, you two stay here," Justin said, heading up the stairs. "I hope Steven is okay," Abby said. "I forgot my cell phone in your room." "I'm sure he is," I said, hugging her as I tried to calm her down. Justin gave the all clear from the top of the stairs and we slowly made our way to the top, still shaken by what had just happened. Steven texted me and said that the restaurant is in bad shape and that he's headed home. Justin reported once we go to the top. "Is he safe?" Abby asked. "He says he's alright," Justin said, looking at his phone. Abby sighed in relief, reveled that her boyfriend is alright. "It does not look like the house was touched. I was looking around. It missed us," Justin said. "The storm was too far north." "Yeah," Abby said, taking a pause as she looked at her phone. "But Northfield University was." My heart stopped hearing what Abby just said. All 3 of ours did. We all knew what this meant. The technology that turned up into kids had been in the path of the tornado. There was a very real possibility that the machine that turned us into kids was now destroyed, making us stuck in our new bodies forever.